I'm breathing my cold away. How are you? You ready for some spiritual action? Breatharians, people who don't eat or drink anything. Why would you do this? Is it possible? Well, this is what we're gonna be talking about in this video. There are many documented cases of so-called breatharians, so people that just live off breath, or it's also called prana, earth's energy, you know, inedia, things like that. You're like an airbender. You can bend the air inside your body and get nutrition from it. You don't need food, don't need hydration, water, that's all you need, just the breath. So the first case we're gonna see is of Bahadur Bomjon, or also called Little Buddha. So this guy, 15 years old, rumored to have sat under a tree for a year, motionless, meditating. And this is him. He's just off of some breath action. No food, no drinks for him. Maybe some tree sap. Although they were pretty low temperatures at night, of around 3 degrees Celsius.
In the middle of the night, some pilgrims saw the little Buddha in the middle of a fire. This extraordinary amateur footage clearly shows his monk's robes on fire and the young man apparently impervious to the flames.
I mean, it's a known fact in the medical sciences that breatharianism and meditation is gonna give you fire resistance. So that's 100% true.
Unverified reports of such things, but to never move, to never eat, to never drink. I think that's impossible.
What? What do you mean? No, I said pussy. What the hell is this? Now you might think, why would this guy go all of this trouble to lay stillness under a tree, meditate, and suffer that much? So a big incentive is the money left by pilgrims, and you can also see in this documentary. And also people are gonna worship like a god, so you get attention. So there are some benefits of at least portraying yourself as a god or a little Buddha, like the documentary says. If you read news about him, it would seem that his intentions are not that saintly. He has been accused of raping an 18-year-old nun and making some of his followers disappear. So if he's staying under a tree for 10 months allegedly, where is he getting his calories from, and other breatharians like him that don't eat anything for years? Where do you get your energy from? Your body, your cells need energy, calories to function, to rebuild themselves. Well, the theory for breatharians is that you get them from the sun, so from the energy of the sun. Plants can do this, so photosynthesis. Of course, humans are not documented to do photosynthesis. We lack the apparatus to do such things like chlorophyll or pigments to capture light in the skin. Also, another theory is that you can get your energy from the earth. So just standing on the earth, because it's filled with electromagnetic fields, you being in contact, direct contact with the earth, you're gonna shuffle energy inside your body. There are many cases of weird happenings of breatharians throughout our history. For example, Therese Neumann, a German woman who was highly religious, and she claimed when she was 20 years of age, when she received stigmata, that she is not gonna be needing food to nourish her from this point onward. She claimed to not eat anything up until her death. Also, there's another known figure in the breatharianism world, Hira Ratan Manek, which him and his followers are of the belief that gazing into the sun, you can get the energy from the sun. You don't need food, you don't need water. Some people actually got photos of him and cached him at a restaurant with food in front of, on the table.
Oh no, somebody took me for photographs. They paid me $100.
And his explanation was that someone paid him $100 to randomly have photos of him with food and near a restaurant. Okay, that's a bit sus, but anyway. Another weird case of Prahlad Jani, who claims he didn't eat from when he was 10 years old in 1940 up until his death. He died last year at the age of 90.
One day he came to my office and said that, I'll allow you to investigate, but nothing invasive should be done in my body.
So his case is one of the more peculiar ones, because he was actually medically studied in a hospital in India 2 times, once in 2003 and once in 2010.
Dr. Sudisha approached me regarding this Mataji. And for the medical science, this is not possible.
And the doctors claimed that for 10 days and 2 weeks the second time, He didn't eat anything, he didn't drink anything, he didn't pass any stools, he didn't urinate. But if you go on deeper into the research and the medical investigations, you can see that there's a big chance that the researchers have some bias and they kind of wanted for this thing to be true. Because one of the research group leaders is affiliated with Breatharianism, sort of, in that world. Elitom El-Amin, another Breatharian from USA, who claims that for almost 3 years, Breatharian, full Breatharian, no food, no drinks.
I have been living a breatharian lifestyle for the last 20 plus years. And for the last 2+ years, I haven't eaten or drinking anything.
He's also saying that he sleeps pretty poorly, but he feels energized somehow with 2 hours of sleep per night.
To start my day, first of all, I don't sleep much. Okay. So last night I got in like at least 2 hours, but I'm already up meditating, stretching and all that. That's just me.
And it's a good point right now to bring up the side effects of prolonged fasting, basically, because this is what Breatharianism entails. And one of the side effects is poor sleep, lack of energy. Some common reactions are just general weakness, dizziness, abdominal pain, headaches, back pain, nausea, muscle cramps. And you can even die because of myocardial dysfunction, anemia, low sodium in the blood. And speaking of deaths, there are some documented cases of deaths because of Breatharianism. For example, this recent case of a 20-year-old who was dry fasting and died. Also, there are some deaths strictly related to a leader of Breatharianism, which she's called Jasmine.
On and off, well, pretty well just on water and tea for 2 years.
And did you lose weight?
No, because I treat the body as a biocomputer, the mind as a software program, and you can reprogram the body if you have a strong mind-body connection.
As of 2012, 5 deaths have been directly linked to Breatharianism and this chick Jasmuhin's publications. So people have died because of these practices.
Hi, my name is Elitom El-Amin and I'm a breatharian. And a breatharian is a person that can eat very little or none at all.
This guy is almost 60, I think, and he's looking ripped, shredded, you know, he's in good shape. I kind of doubt it that he's actually not eating anything and drinking anything for 3 years. He's being active, he's meditating, walking, you know, on the beach, getting some sunlight exposure, so that's good.
He knew a real breatharian named Devon, aka the Black Airbender.
Wait, what? He's all-powerful, airbender. Black, okay.
You drink water, right?
I barely drink water. I don't drink water really.
What do you mean you don't drink water?
Mainly coconut water, urine.
Wait, what?
There's literally 103 minerals in urine.
This is yours.
Yeah. Well, this is about a good week.
Okay, well, I think that's enough of this video. So, of course, you not getting any calories from food, you're gonna lose weight when doing this type of protocols. And basically, in the first 5 days, you're gonna lose between 700 grams and 1,200 grams. So basically a kilo, usually, in the first 5 days. Afterwards, when weight loss is more stable, typical weight loss rates are 250-450 grams per day. The determining factor that is gonna influence how much are you gonna lose each day is gonna be your fat-free mass. So the more fat-free mass you have, the more you're gonna lose each day. So a 400-pound Breatharian is gonna lose a lot more than a 200-pound Breatharian, basically, because he has more mass and more fat-free mass. Now you might ask, how many days can I survive without eating absolutely no food? And basically survival time depends especially on fat mass. So the more fat mass you have, so the more energy reserves, the more days you can live without food. The most famous and documented case of a prolonged fast, 382 days, is of Angus Berbery. He started off 207 kilograms and final body weight was 82 kilos. And the medical team also supplemented him IVs with vitamins and minerals and other things. So let's say it was a medically supervised and more healthy prolonged fast. And if you're interested, there's actually a formula that you can estimate the maximum number of days that you can live without food, dependent on your weight. So for females, you can find out the number of days by multiplying BMI with 12.3 and then subtracting 180. And for males, the same, only BMI times 10.1 and then subtracting 152. So now you know, if you're stranded on an island, how many days you can survive without food. Thank me later and also subscribe. Please like, share, hit that notification button if you find this quality information engaging and interesting. The problem is, and a bigger danger arises when you also deprive yourself of water. So you can live pretty hefty amount of days without no food. But without no water, nada, zero hydration, that's kind of bad. Survival times are much shorter in these cases. And there are some important factors that increase the amount of daily water that you need, and also that increase the losses of water, such as ambient temperature, humidity, physical activity, the age, and the state of health. And of course you can imagine in a humid environment, in bloody Amazon, when it's also hot, you're gonna lose a lot of water, you're gonna become dehydrated really quick. And also if you're running or doing some physical activity, even more water loss. And just for fun, let's look at some of the horrible effects of water deprivation. Of course, dehydration, yeah, impaired cardiovascular function, whatever. Yeah, decreased physical performance at 2-3%, impaired cognitive performance already at 2-3%. So when you're more than 10% dehydrated, guess what you're gonna have? You're gonna have death. That's the final frontier. Related to water, the most you can survive basically without no food, and without water is like usually 7 days tops. Let's say it can vary more than 7 days. You can get little amounts of water from food, but if you're not getting any food and any water, kaput, death cross for you, like in a week. So why are people doing this? Well, probably they think that it's healthy, they can ascend. Yeah, it would be nice to not need nutrition. It would be a freaking global phenomenon and breakthrough to realize that you can just get on just with breathing and energy and meditation. Yeah, that would be nice. Also, I think people consider that they're gonna have like mental focus, more clarity, they're gonna feel better. Maybe there are some digestion problems that can go away at first when you're not eating any of the food that causes you problems. But also package that with water deprivation, that's just horrible for your health. You can die, you can have some life-altering illnesses and conditions because of these sort of things. And people have died because of Breatharian actions. So as a conclusion, maybe you want to do some experiments for yourself with Breatharianism, whatever, but at least don't do with dry fasting, with also without the water, because you can die. And like, do an experiment for yourself, 1-2 days, 3 days without food, and see how you feel, like a challenge for yourself. 100% do not do the prolonged fasting, because most of them that you see here are probably frauds that have a financial gain and whatever spiritual following and worshipping going around because of this. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell and share the video if you did, because it helps growing the channel. And leave it in the comments, what do you think about Breatharians? Is it possible? Can you stay under a tree for years and years motionless and just feed off the energy of the earth and sun? Anyway, please stay safe, hydrate yourself, drink water and have proper nourishment, be healthy, and we'll see each other next time. Thanks for watching again. Salut!